Chosen one, listen closely. If you clicked this video, it's because you feel something others don't. You've felt it your whole life. That overwhelming pull, sexual temptation hits you 10 times harder than everyone else. It's not random, you're in a war. While others move through life easy, you fight every single day just to stay focused, just to stay clean. What I'm about to tell you will flip everything you think you know about yourself. You're not weak, you're not cursed, and you're definitely not alone. You're a chosen one, but that doesn't mean favor, it means you're a target. And the main battlefield? Your sexual energy. Think about it. When was the last time attraction felt simple? Or relationships felt safe? Something's been pulling you off your path. If that hit you in the gut, keep listening. This is not theory, this is spiritual intelligence. 3 years ago, I met someone. Let's call her Sarah. She was gifted, powerful, but every time she stepped into her calling, sexual chaos hit her. Exes, distractions, fake connections. It drained her and delayed her purpose. She thought she was doing something wrong until she saw the pattern. And what I'm about to reveal will help you see that pattern too. But before we go deeper, I need to know, are you really ready for the truth? Type 7 in the comments if you're done suffering in silence. That's the number of spiritual completion. Hit subscribe. Because every chosen one deserves to hear this. The energy SIGNATO, Ari hears. The first thing you need to understand, you have an energy signature that's different from 99% of people on this planet. Most people operate at a frequency between 200 and 500 on the consciousness scale. It's fine. It's normal. It's safe. But you're operating at frequencies that most people can't even perceive. You're broadcasting at levels that reach into dimensions others can't access. And that energy? It's not just spiritual, it's creative. It's life force. It's the same energy that creates babies, writes symphonies, and changes the world. Sexual energy and creative energy are the same thing. They're just different expressions of the same force. When you're chosen, that force runs through you like electricity through a power line. You can feel it, can't you? That restless energy that demands expression. But here's what they don't tell you in spiritual circles. That same energy that makes you powerful also makes you a target, because there are forces in this world, both seen and unseen, that want to redirect that energy. They want to steal it. They want to pervert it. They want to use it for their own purposes. And the easiest way to do that? Sexual temptation. Think about it. When you're in the middle of sexual chaos, when you're obsessing over someone who's wrong for you, when you're caught up in drama and confusion, where is your creative energy going? It's not going into your mission. It's not going into your calling. It's being siphoned off into situations that lead nowhere. The mirror. EFFE seat. But there's something else happening that most chosen ones don't understand. Your presence triggers something in people. Something they're not prepared for. When you walk into a room, you don't just bring your energy. You bring a mirror. And that mirror reflects back to people everything they've been hiding from themselves. Their shame. Their repressed desires. Their unhealed wounds. Their jealousy. Their fear. And when people see their reflection in your light, they have two choices. They can either do the work to heal themselves, or they can try to dim your light so they don't have to face their own darkness. Guess which one most people choose? This is why you attract such intense projections. This is why people either worship you or hate you. This is why you get sexual attention that feels contaminated, desperate, or obsessive. It's not really about you. It's about what you represent. You represent the possibility of healing, of growth, of transformation. And that scares people who aren't ready for it. But here's where it gets dangerous. Some people don't just want to dim your light. They want to steal it. They intuitively understand that you have something they don't. They can feel your energy. your power, your connection to source. And they want it. They think if they can get close enough to you, if they can get you to open up to them, if they can create a sexual connection with you, they can somehow absorb what you have. This is why you attract energy vampires. This is why you attract people who seem perfect at first but slowly drain you. This is why you attract people who become obsessed with you in unhealthy ways. They're not in love with you. They're in love with your energy, and they want to possess. It's the strategic AT case. Now, here's where it gets really dark. What if I told you that the sexual chaos in your life isn't random? What if I told you it's strategic? There are forces, both human and non-human, that understand spiritual warfare better than most spiritual people do. They know that the fastest way to derail a chosen one is through sexual distraction. They know that sexual energy is your creative power source. They know that if they can get you tangled up in the wrong relationships, obsessing over the wrong people, or making decisions from lust instead of wisdom, they can delay your mission by years. Or permanently. Think about the timing of your sexual temptations. Really think about it. When do they hit the hardest? When you're about to make a breakthrough? When you're about to launch something important? When you're about to step into a new level of power? When you're on the verge of helping someone who really needs it? When you're about to expose something that needs to be exposed? When you're about to create something that could change lives? That's not a coincidence. The enemy studies you. It knows your patterns. It knows your weaknesses. It knows what you find attractive. It knows what you're hungry for. And it sends that exact thing at the exact wrong time. That person who slides into your DMs right when you're feeling lonely. That ex who comes back right when you're gaining momentum. That situation that seems like fate but leads to chaos. These aren't accidents. These are assignments. And the goal isn't always to make you fall into sin. Sometimes the goal is just to make you fall out of alignment. Because when you're spending your mental energy on someone who's not right for you, when you're having conversations that lead nowhere, when you're in situations that drain your time and focus, you're not doing what you're here to do. Your mission gets delayed. Your calling gets muffled. Your power gets scattered. And that's exactly what they want. Asterisk. The early PROGRMING. But here's the thing most chosen ones don't realize. This attack didn't start when you became spiritual. It started when you were young. Way before you had words for your calling. Way before you understood your power. Way before you knew you were chosen. Think back to your childhood. Think back to your teenage years. How early were you exposed to sexual energy? How early did you experience confusion around attraction? How early did you feel different from other kids when it came to relationships? Many chosen ones experience early trauma around sexuality. Not all, but many. And even if you didn't experience trauma, you probably experienced confusion. You probably felt like you were wired differently. You probably felt like attraction was more intense for you, more complicated for you, more overwhelming for you. This wasn't an accident. The enemy knows that if it can distort your relationship with your own sexual energy before you even understand what it is, it can control you for life. If it can embed shame into your system around your desires, if it can make you feel like there's something wrong with you for being so intense, if it can make you mistrust your own instincts, it can keep you from ever fully stepping into your power. Because sexual energy and spiritual power are connected. They're the same life force expressing itself in different ways. When you're ashamed of your sexuality, you're ashamed of your power. When you're confused about your desires, you're confused about your purpose. When you're at war with your own life force, you're at war with your own mission. This is why so many chosen ones struggle with addictions, with compulsions, with patterns they can't break. It's not because they're weak. It's because their relationship with their own power source was hijacked before they even knew they had one. The isolation therapy. Now, here's another layer that most people don't talk about. The isolation trap. Being chosen often means being alone. Not because you're meant to be lonely, but because your path is different. Because your frequency is different. Because most people can't understand what you're going through. You've probably tried to explain your experiences to friends or family. You've probably tried to share what you're going through, and they look at you like you're crazy, right? Everyone deals with temptation, they say. Everyone has desires, they say. You're not special, they say. But you know it's different for you. You know the intensity is different. You know the stakes are different. So you stop talking about it. You start keeping it to yourself. You start thinking maybe you are crazy, and that isolation? That's exactly what the enemy wants, because when you're isolated, when you're carrying this burden alone, when you have no one to talk to who understands what you're going through, that's when you're most vulnerable. That's when the whispers get louder. That's when the temptations get stronger. That's when you start making decisions from desperation instead of wisdom. And here's the really twisted part. The same sensitivity that makes you chosen also makes you crave deep connection. You don't just want surface-level relationships. You want soul-level intimacy. But because you're operating at such a high frequency, because you're carrying such intense energy, most people can't match you there. So you end up in one of two traps. Either you settle for connections that are beneath your frequency, and they drain you, or you stay alone and let the isolation drive you to make poor choices. It's a no-win situation. Unless you understand what's happening and learn how to navigate it. The creative power HJK. But here's the piece that will blow your mind. The same energy that creates sexual desire is the same energy that creates everything else in your life. Your business ideas, your artistic visions, your healing abilities, your manifestation power. It's all the same life force. It's all the same creative energy. When that energy is flowing in alignment with your purpose, you're unstoppable. You create things that seem impossible. You help people in ways that seem miraculous. You manifest opportunities that seem like magic. But when that energy gets hijacked by sexual chaos, when it gets scattered through the wrong relationships, when it gets tangled up in situations that lead nowhere, your creative power gets compromised. Think about it. When you're obsessing over someone who's wrong for you, how much mental energy does that take? When you're in sexual situations that leave you feeling drained, how much life force does that cost you? When you're caught up in drama and confusion, how much focus does that steal from your mission? This is why some of the most gifted people in history struggled with sexual chaos. This is why some of the most powerful healers, artists, and leaders have had complicated relationships with their own desires. It's not because they were weak. It's because they were powerful, and their power made them targets. But here's what. They figured out that most people don't. You don't have to choose between being powerful and being sexual. You don't have to choose between having a mission and having desires. You just have to learn how to channel that energy in alignment with your purpose, instead of letting it get hijacked by forces that want to use it against you. The discernment. So how do you tell the difference between a genuine connection and a spiritual attack? Here are the keys that changed everything for me. First, timing. If someone enters your life right when you're about to break through to a new level, be suspicious. If someone becomes available right when you're gaining momentum, pay attention. If someone reaches out right when you're feeling vulnerable, ask questions. Not every connection that comes at a significant time is an attack. But attacks often disguise themselves as perfect timing. Second, energy. How do you feel after spending time with this person? Energized or drained? Clear or confused? Inspired or distracted? Genuine connections leave you feeling more like yourself. Attacks leave you feeling less like yourself. Third, alignment. Does this person support your mission or distract from it? Do they encourage your growth or keep you stuck in patterns? Do they respect your boundaries or push past them? A person who's truly meant for you will enhance your connection to your purpose, not compete with it. Fourth, fruit. What is this connection producing in your life? Are you creating more or less? Are you helping more people or fewer? Are you stepping into your power or stepping away from it? The fruit will tell you everything you need to know about the root. And here's the most important key: trust your gut. Not your hormones, not your loneliness, not your ego. Your gut. That deep knowing that whispers warnings. That inner voice that says, something's not right here. That feeling that says, this person isn't who they seem to be. Your intuition is your first line of defense. But you have to be willing to listen to it, even when it's telling you something you don't want to hear. Asterisk the Mastery PT. Now, here's what no one talks about. The goal isn't to suppress your sexual energy. The goal is to master it. You are not meant to be a monk. You are not meant to live without passion. You are not meant to deny the fire that burns within you. You are meant to learn how to use that fire to fuel your mission instead of letting it burn your house down. This is the path of the spiritual warrior. This is the path of the conscious creator. It's not about saying no to everything. It's about saying yes to the right things. It's not about being celibate. It's about being selective. It's not about having no desires. It's about having aligned desires. When you master your sexual energy, when you learn to channel it in alignment with your purpose, something magical happens. You become a force of nature. You start creating things that seem impossible. You start manifesting opportunities that seem like miracles. You start helping people in ways that change their lives forever, because you're not leaking energy anymore. You're not scattering your power. You're not giving your life force to people and situations that don't deserve it. You're using all of that creative energy to build the life you're meant to live and complete the mission you're here to complete. If you've made it this far, you know this message was meant for you. You know you're not crazy. You know you're not weak. You know you're not alone. You are a chosen one. And yes, that comes with challenges that most people will never understand. But it also comes with power that most people will never possess. The same energy that makes you a target also makes you unstoppable when you learn how to use it. If you're ready to stop being a victim of spiritual warfare and start being a master of your own energy, I want you to do 3 things. First, type the number 7 in the comments. Let me know you're ready to step into your power. Second, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications, because we're building an army of awakened warriors who refuse to let their gifts be used against them. Third, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, because there are chosen ones out there who are suffering in silence, thinking they're the only ones going through this. Your power is not a curse. Your sensitivity is not a weakness. Your intensity is not a problem. You are exactly what this world needs. But first, you have to win the war within. The battle for your energy is the battle for your destiny, and you were born to win it. Until next time, protect your energy, trust your power, and remember, you are never fighting alone.